For years, it was the biggest car company in the world. Now, General Motors is on the verge of bankruptcy. The company declared losses of over £18 billion last year and is preparing for court proceedings tomorrow on the future of the company. Greg Wood is in Detroit, where the company's headquarters are based. Greg.
Louise, this weekend General Motors secured a vital agreement with most of its creditors to give up $27 billion they're owed in exchange for a stake in the company. Tomorrow, on a sad day for Detroit, this once mighty organisation is set to become the largest industrial bankruptcy in the history of the United States.
General Motors has been brought low by a number of factors, including a collapse in vehicle sales, massive debts, and the astronomical cost of healthcare payments to its workers. Unable initially to reach a deal with its creditors, General Motors had only one option: to seek the protection of the bankruptcy courts.
GM has been in decline for about 40 years. Their market share peaked in the 1960s. And unfortunately, they became so preoccupied with their own success that they stopped paying attention to what was going on outside. And the older they became, the less and less competitive they became.
It's all very different from the glory years when General Motors fueled the American dream. From the 1930s until 2007, it sold more vehicles every year than any other company in the world. In the post-war boom, it brought affordable motoring to the masses. Today, though, General Motors has run out of money and it's unable to pay its debts. Bankruptcy will give it protection from its creditors, while a survival plan is agreed by the courts. Famous brands like Pontiac are being axed, and its European operations, Saab and Opel, sold. Most of the company's debts will be written off. It's all part of a survival plan being organised by the US government. General Motors has already received nearly $20 billion of public money to keep it going. Now it'll get a further $30 billion. In return, the government will end up with a shareholding of more than 70%, making General Motors a nationalised company. Bankruptcy is not the same as liquidation. General Motors will continue to operate, although 14 US factories will close with the loss of 21,000 jobs. The unions and creditors have made concessions. They too will become shareholders in the new, leaner General Motors.
The hope is that General Motors will emerge from bankruptcy in no more than 3 months' time. Even so, this is not a step the company would have taken if there'd been any other choice. Louise.
Greg Wood, thank you. Police are investigating claims that a British business